Hey, Holes, before this episode begins, I just wanted to say real quick that if you hear during this episode a echo on my end from my voice during the filming of the episode, I didn't realize that I was coming across Hannah's speaker. So in case you do hear double of me during this episode, that's what's up. I thought this was a really solid episode, so I wanted to keep it and put it out regardless. Enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everybody, to Spicy Reddit Stories. It's the show with spicy it's the show with spicy Reddit stories and even spicier guests. Today, I'm joined by comedian, body artist, really good friend of the show. Has been on Spicy Reddit Stories and the podcast before. If you guys have not seen the episodes we've had her on, check them out.
They're somewhere.
We'll link them. They're somewhere.
It's
we'll
a test to see
bottom.
how much you actually want to listen to it. You guys have to find it.
The podcast episode that we did talking about religion was when I was at my cousin's wedding last month. A lot of my family came up to me and mentioned that that was the very first episode that they ever saw of my podcast, and I was like, oh boy.
Which is crazy. That whole, this everything was crazy. Like, we got really intense with some stuff, and then I had the Lady Deadpool makeup, which I didn't realize. I had friends who didn't even know that I did body art until they saw that makeup, and they're like, wait, what? Where did that come from? Which I didn't realize how far behind like my streaming career was, where it's like I have people in my life who don't even know I did that stuff.
I had quite a few people asking like what the context was behind that, and I was like, oh, we did it like around Halloween, so it was kind of just and also we wanted to showcase what you've done for a lot of your career, which is amazing, by the way. I'll also link your socials if anyone wants to go to like your Instagram. You have a bunch of amazing body art. The one thing that pops into mind is the Toad video.
Oh my god, where I put like I made the Toad head and stuff, and his whole body was just like my face.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, I had Jimmy John's showed up while I was doing that makeup. I had to answer the door as that. And he saw me. He has to take a selfie somewhere around Stillwater, Oklahoma. Someone has a selfie with me as Toad getting my Jimmy John's.
Also, I am so unprofessional. I completely forgot to introduce you. I started introducing you, but I didn't say your name. This is our good friend, Infunktable.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's me. I forgot, too. It's a weird weekend.
It is a weird weekend, but this is a weird show, so I am not expecting anything less than weird. All right, so this is a good, fun first story. This was posted by user CreepyDesk468. I've been faking an allergy for years, and now it's gone way too far. This started as a dumb excuse, and now I'm in too deep. Years ago, I went on a date with this girl who was obsessed with peanut butter. She kept pushing me to try her peanut butter smoothie. Even after I said I wasn't in the mood, instead of just saying no, I blurted out, "Oh, I can't. I'm allergic." Big mistake. She was super concerned, asked a million questions, and I figured, whatever, I'd never see her again. But then she introduced me to her friend group, and they all knew about my quote-unquote allergy. At that point, correcting it felt too awkward. Fast forward 6 years, I'm still friends with these people. My allergy is a known fact. They warn restaurants for me. They check ingredients. One of them even threw out a peanut butter cake someone bought just to be sure. The worst part, I love peanut butter. I eat it in secret. I have a stash at work. Once, my best friend said, I'm imagining just, you know how people have a candy drawer in their desks?
I was thinking like cocaine or something.
Yeah, like that, but it's just jars of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like 3 of them are half eaten, and there's always a spoon with just a little peanut butter residue on the desk.
Yeah, well, I was thinking he makes them into little peanut butter lines, but just like licks them up instead of snorting them.
Goes into a meeting in the morning and just has like little dollops, like dried peanut butter on like the edges of his nose.
Yeah, they're like, shit, we gotta talk to HR. He's falling off the wagon again. He's on the nut butter.
Once my best friend said, "Man, it must suck not knowing what a Reese's tastes like," and I just nodded solemnly. I love peanut butter cups. I don't even care if it's Reese's, just anything with
this is literally yesterday. Okay, YouTube has a video of how the Reese's peanut butter cups are made. I just watched that yesterday, and it's yeah.
How do they make them?
They moosh the peanut butter. Like they have these special peanuts. And like they have it like to make it that specific texture where like I didn't really like think about it where it's like, yeah, the middle of Reese's cups, it's not just peanut butter, it's almost like this grainy like yeah, like they add like powdered sugar and shit to it so it gets like that texture.
These are special peanuts that are raised on a special farm on an island.
They're free range peanuts.
Exactly. I mean, I don't like my peanuts held in a cage. Or
it's not, you know, when they can't even walk around and like stretch their little peanut legs. They're kind of just trapped there together, and then they're taken to the peanut slaughterhouse.
They're in a shell. They're already from the minute they're born, they're already in a cage. So
that's true. We free them from the cage just to stick them in the cage of our mouths.
Free the nut.
Well, we do eventually free the nut when like. It does eventually. Well, no, but then it ends up in the prison of the toilet. It never ends up free. Maybe when it eventually ends up to some body of water. Unless it just ends up like filtered water and then gets drunk again. We're all just peanuts in cages. I think that's what I'm learning.
I think we just designed the next Planters peanut commercial.
And they're that's like a Valentine's thing. Go ahead and just like let the nuts finally touch. I think saying you have a nut allergy is like the worst allergy you can say you have. There's nuts in everything. But also, I think he has an easy out. Because, like, you can just claim that, like, you found something that cured you. Or you could, like, you know how, like, people with lactose intolerance, they have, like, those lactose pills. And, like, they're able to eat pizza and stuff and not shit themselves. Just say you found some peanut pills. I feel like, you know, if he's in his 50s, it would be a funny thing to reveal the lie at that point. If you wait long enough, most lies are funny.
Yeah, and also this isn't really a because he asks down here at the bottom, he's like, now my girlfriend, who also believes I'm allergic, wants us to move in together, and she's super cautious about food. I'm terrified she'll find my peanut butter stash and think I've been lying to her, which I have for years.
Oh my God.
He's like asking if he fakes a miracle recovery, a medical misdiagnosis, or does he just keep the lie going forever?
Yeah, because the thing is like, if at this point, because okay, I'm always down with like honesty with your partner, you know, but as his girlfriend though, if I found out, because the thing, it sounds like the people in his life are actually quite considerate. If they're calling ahead to restaurants. These are good, supportive people in his life. He should be honest with them about things.
Yeah.
But I feel like as his girlfriend, like if you found out that he had been lying about something that should have been minor for so many years, I think it would make me paranoid. Like I think I would start, okay, if he was willing to lie about this thing, like I think it would make me suspicious. Yeah, exactly. If it's like, okay, if he wanted to hide this kind of thing from me and it shouldn't have been that big of a deal, then there's probably more.
Like, it's not the craziest lie, but it's still a lie at the end of the day. And
it's such an inconvenient long-term lie. This guy doesn't seem like he has planning abilities very well. If he went ahead and made this lie, he didn't think about the fact that, like, does his girlfriend know what she's getting into? Like, how good is he at, like, planning the groceries and shit? Does he plan, if he, like, can't even plan to, like, hey, I shouldn't tell people I can't eat nuts, because this might affect because the world is covered in nuts. There's you can't escape nuts in this world.
I mean, some of the comments are saying that this is like a funny lie, saying that if my partner told me this, I'd be rolling on the floor in laughter. I don't know. I might find it funny, but at the same time, going back to I don't know, like what else they could be lying about.
If this was revealed to me, I would alternate between giggling and then crying. I really think, because at first it's like, oh, wait, what? And then you start going through every time you talk to him to accommodate him, and him being like, oh, thank you so much. And like, you know that like she probably, okay, so what exactly happens? And he's probably like made up a story of the time that like, oh, he thought he was gonna die because of it. Like she's had anxiety about his health and safety. Peanut allergies kill people. Like, there's so much extra anxiety that she's been provided, but then it's so funny and so fucking weird. I think I would like, and then I'd be like, I think I need some space. You go,
guys.
enjoy...
I think I broke my girlfriend. She's crying and sobbing because I made up a peanut allergy. Where do I go?
I would be like, show me the nuts. I'd be like, show me the fucking peanut butter. And then I would yeet the peanut butter out the window. And I'd be like, go be happy with your peanuts. You guys have been so happy in secret all this time. You go be happy together.
You chose your nuts over me.
You chose so many. How many nuts, I wonder, goes into a... Wait, how many nuts are in a peanut butter jar? So many nuts. He picked so many nuts over being honest with her. How many nuts, like, went down his throat and he still decided, I'm keeping this.
I am looking this up right now.
An average amount of peanuts.
According to Reddit, a 12-ounce jar contains about 540 peanuts.
500 nuts every jar.
And depending on how severe the allergy is, it only takes one to kill.
Maybe he could just say, like, maybe he could say it was like a snake bite situation. Maybe he's like, I've been microdosing myself with peanut butter.
I've been milking the peanuts into a jar and just making an anti-venom.
Yeah. There is nut milk. You could make your own peanut milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like take it like a shot glass. But no, don't. I think if you're going to come up with an allergy, make it something that you're going to rarely encounter. Don't make it nuts.
I have a... I can't think of anything. That would not be super inconvenient to have as an allergy.
Let's see. Yeah. What is a convenient allergy? I mean, a convenient allergy would be like if you hate cats and you have a cat allergy, then you've always got that excuse.
Yeah, but then in the eyes of the internet, you're a terrible person.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. I saw something about like someone pretending to not be overstimulated by dogs. Where you're sitting there, it's like, oh yeah, he's jumping on me. He doesn't smell weird at all. Yeah, he's making noises, and you're encouraging him to make more noises.
I saw a post on Threads the other day that said, if a guy doesn't like cats, he's likely an abuser and a terrible person.
What?
Going back to the rage thing, I was just like, what the f***? I'm like, people can just not like cats.
Yeah, I mean, also, because, like, they can scratch up your stuff. You can get one with a bad attitude. You have to scoop their poop out of a box every day.
Yeah.
Like, you can give them all of their favorite toys and treats and stuff, and they just ignore you the whole day.
They still hate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can try to get them a friend. It's like a 50-50 chance where, like, they either get along with it or they try to murder each other.
Two things that we learned from this story. Don't lie to your girlfriend or to your significant other about something stupid as a peanut allergy. And also, we should never have domesticated cats. I'll fall on the sword for that one.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'll go out and visit her. I have a cat. I'll say hi.
I like cats. And it's been a while since I've had Lemon on this show, but someday soon. So tell me about He Broke My Ass.
I'm so excited to tell you about He Broke My Ass. Okay, so yesterday, there was a rose garden. You know how there used to be a rose garden? They paved over it because Trump wanted a bunch of concrete and chairs and shit. So they did that. But then there was a dinner at the rose garden yesterday, September 6th. Trump goes ahead and he takes the mic. And he starts to tell this story about, he's like, let me tell you guys why you're here. And so then he says, he was like, you know, it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and we were missing 16 to 18 votes. He doesn't say what bill. He doesn't give it really any details. He's like, we were missing 16 to 18. So then he's like, I called the speaker. And like, when I heard this, I thought he meant Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. But then he says that he talked to Jim. Now, this being Trump, I'm kind of thinking that he's confused because he knows that Jim is like a nickname for like John. Like maybe he's confusing Mike Johnson and calling him Jim. But anyway, so we just know it's some congressman that he called at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And he says he calls Jim, and he said, and he's like, Jim asked him, what do you think? What should I do, sir? And then Trump just says, he broke my ass. Like that he's just like, what should I do, sir? And Trump's like, he broke my ass. And then he said, they had about 16 others. It doesn't mean we don't like them. So the only thing I can figure is, one, he meant Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, and he was saying he beat my ass, as in like maybe he was berated, like, oh no, we can't get these votes or something. But he doesn't say anything other than that. It's just, what should I do, sir? He broke my... I wrote down quotes, direct quotes, because I'm like, maybe I'm confused. He broke my ass. They had 16 others. It doesn't mean we don't like them. So were there 16 other people who also, like, broke Trump's ass? Is that why we haven't seen him very much? Maybe he's just been sitting down a lot.
He's recovering from the ass breaking that he received last week.
He got one of those hemorrhoid pillows where it's like a donut, so like your butthole is like protected. That's what
he has to take
on.
Epsom salt baths or whatever you gotta do when you get hemorrhagers.
Yeah, no, I mean he probably flops out of that tub like a pug. Like I imagine he's kind of he's like a slippery newborn. Someone has to pick him up by the armpits.
I'm picturing him falling in the shower and then just sliding up the curves of the bathtub like he's a skateboarder in a half pipe. Just,
no, they can't. Someone hears the squeaking from outside the door. It's like, sir, he's fallen again. He's doing it again.
Sir,
he
broke his ass again.
They're just like, sir, what happened? He's like, it broke my ass. Why does he say things like that?
I don't know.
He also had a weird phrasing with something else like that, where like he talked about something and out of context it sounds utterly sexual. And for someone who's such a sexual predator, how does this kind of phrasing not occur to him?
Real quick, have you seen the videos of the people taking stupid stuff that Trump says, but they put a voice filter over him so he sounds like a child?
No! I saw that one girl though who it was so good. It was like around the election and she had a whole bit where she was like Trump was supposed to be a teenage girl. So she would have Trump audio where he's like, you know, she's nothing. She looked ugly in that dress. But like, you know, so she's dressed as like a teenage girl, just like kicking her feet on her bed, talking to her friend on her phone, just like, oh my God. But it does fit so well. His intonation and everything is pretty similar to a teenage girl.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if this will pick up on my microphone, but check this out.
They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Where they used him in Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony. That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go.
Yeah, it is so funny.
It does sound like a kid though. Listen, like, okay, like, yo, I have 2 kids. That is what kids sound like. Like,
yeah. Russia.
The repeating stuff. Russia.
Did you guys hear me? I said Russia.
Mom, watch. Mom, you're not watching me. Like, yeah,
Russia.
That's Trump. You guys aren't watching. Watch. And then all he does is just like step to the side. Do you see that?
To continue the thread of lying to your girlfriend, this next story was posted by user Muad Liberator. I lied to my girlfriend about liking her cooking, and now her family thinks I'm an amazing chef. I, a 24 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 23 female, for just under a year. She's amazing. She's funny, supportive, and honestly, one of the kindest people I have ever met. She's also incredibly gullible. But early on, she cooked for me, and I would find it terrible. I remember one time she made a smoothie that had cucumber, yogurt, and garlic in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can taste that right now. But here's where I messed up. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I said it was so creative and tasted different in a good way. This sparked something in her, and she started cooking more. Then I tried doubling down on the compliments, thinking it would slow down eventually, but it didn't. So now, fast forward to a few months ago, I made a simple pasta dish at hers. Just garlic, olive oil, chili flakes. Her mom came over mid-meal, tried a bite, and said, "Oh, wow, you made this? You must really know your way around a kitchen." I panicked and nodded, and my girlfriend smiled and said, "Oh, he's too humble. He always makes stuff for me when I'm sick." And now, her whole family thinks I'm some secret chef. I've been invited to cook at her dad's birthday next month. They've bought me a literal engraved apron that says chef,
Aww.
in parentheses my actual name on it. Now, I've been watching YouTube cooking tutorials at night trying to learn enough to survive this lie. And the worst part, my girlfriend still cooks for me, and I still fake it every time. I know I should come clean, but I feel like I've waited so long, and it'll just be chaos. I can't tell if I'm protecting her feelings or just being a coward.
Why are these liars like surrounded by such considerate good people? Because it's like, because it sounds like girlfriend's family is great. She sounds amazing. Like what?
Maybe taking advantage of their not generosity, their kindness. These last two stories are a clear example of how lying about something dumb can lead to a slippery slope. I mean, any lie can lead to a slippery slope, but the dumbest lies too. I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone that I was seeing, that they cooked something for me and it's hard to tell someone that their cooking isn't good.
Yeah.
But if anything, I would argue that telling someone that their cooking is good when it's not, they'll eventually cook for somebody who will be way too mean about it.
Well, also, really, he just needs to get hit. There's a book called Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat. Like, I think also people don't know how actually like easy it is to become like a better than average cook at home, because it's just food science shit. So like, he's watching all these YouTube videos. He really just needs to just read some just read Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, and just figure out like the temperatures and shit. You can fake anything. But yeah, but it's the lies that require them to make lifestyle changes and like make things a part of their personality. Because same thing with the peanut guy. Like he had to invent like this part of his personality that has to be concerned about peanuts. And then this person has invented a whole other like facet of their personality to go ahead and maintain this, which is great. Like these people obviously have like a safe place to land if they do tell the truth. Like, where's the and you know what? Maybe this is like I feel like this all comes down to why people need to be doing mindfulness and only get approval from themselves. Because I feel like so many of these things, it's just a fear of other people's reactions to them. And it just communicates like a lack of inner peace to me, where it's like if your driving force for like your behavior in your life is avoiding negative responses from other people, you're not going to be authentic, and you end up building resentment towards those people. And I've been recently rereading The Body Keeps the Score, so this is just reminding me of stuff from there.
Okay.
Yeah, where like literally if when people pleasers actually end up being bitter. That's the funny thing, is like when you're a people pleaser and you're constantly like you adjust your behavior to try to, it is deception. You're deceiving the people around you to think that you're in line with them. Over time, we actually develop like anger and bitterness towards these people because they're forcing us to behave inauthentically. Even though it is our fault, it's their presence that's causing us to behave in a way that actually isn't genuine. So even if you are a people pleaser and you think that being a people pleaser is good for you, you're literally setting yourself up to resent these people you're pleasing. If you're a people pleaser, you're actually setting yourself up to hate the people you're people pleasing. Be honest about your nuts and your cooking. Or just also, if you're just honest and people don't handle it well, I want to teach you guys about trauma recovery. We should learn about locus of control. Let me just explain locus of control for the nut guy real quick. Look, and also for the cooking guy. You write 2 lists, okay? It's stuff that you have control over and stuff that you don't. So the things we have control over are the things that we say and do and how we dress and how we eat and all this stuff and the shoes we put on. But the things we don't have control over are other people's thoughts and feelings about us. So locus of control is like anything in that list that like other people's thoughts about you, other people's feelings, how they behave and the decisions they make. You have to tell yourself, that's not my problem and I'm not going to worry about it because their thoughts and feelings are their issue. So I think really my message to these guys is to sit with your feelings, because I think you haven't sat with your feelings enough. No, you definitely haven't. If you're making decisions like this and you're like being inauthentic, you need to sit with your feelings and cry a little. I'm hearing these guys have to cry is what I'm hearing. You have to sit with how much you hate yourself until you cry, and then you're like, you know what? I'm just doing my best. I'm just a person. I think that's the next step for them.
As somebody who has struggled with people pleasing for years, it really took hearing my therapist say that people pleasing will lead if it goes unchecked, will lead to you resenting the people that you're trying to please.
Yeah.
So.
And it was when I first read that, I was like, oh, that can't be true. But then I actually thought about it, and it's like, I do.
Yeah.
I am angry.
Yeah.
Or it's like, my body reacts to them. Like, you enter a whole different way of behaving because you've trained yourself to accommodate.
On TikTok and Reels and stuff, I'll get videos from people. The most common thing being like, oh, if they really wanted to make plans with you, or if they really cared about you, they would show it, or something like that. Or videos about people saying, oh, here are the top signs that your ex is not your ex, or that your partner is cheating on you. Why are we as a society letting this type of content like dictate your own life?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just put your phone down, for God's sake.
There's so many videos on TikTok where it's just like, it's hidden signs that this means this. And it's a bunch of just like random examples of stuff. People love to, and just like for a while there, and it became like so memey, where everyone was making content about like unexpected signs of ADHD, unexpected signs of autism. And because of that, a whole bunch of misinformation about ADHD and autism went out. There was like a couple of like articles that came out about like in general, like what people think ADHD and autism, how that presents, and people thinking that they have it when they don't. Yeah, and it's like we were just talking about how like misinformation is just so a part of the internet's fabric. Like I feel like Gen Alpha, like my kids, I'm terrified about trying to teach them internet literacy at this point. It's getting harder and harder and harder to, like, you can't have people that you trust. Like I used to have like journalists that you see their name, it's like, oh, that's a good person. Everyone has some kind of lean or bias, and there's all this misinformation. And then the AI trying to teach. Y'all know what it's like to try to teach like a 9-year-old how to spot AI?
I trusted those rabbits. I trusted those bunnies on the trampoline.
Did the bunny rabbits get you too? They got me. I shared that with like 3 people, and I reposted it, and I saved it to my favorites.
What do you think about content creators like Ms.Rachel? Because I know that a lot of my like cousins who have kids, like I think quite a few of them play those kinds of videos. Like I'm sure, I mean, compared to like all the other kind of like child entertainer YouTubers, I feel like even though I haven't seen a lot of Ms.Rachel's content, I think it's good for kids, right?
Yeah, so Ms.Rachel is extremely special. Ms.Rachel, the quality of her content, I would only before her, I think the only thing I saw similar was honestly the Wiggles. For anyone who doesn't know, like the Wiggles isn't just like dancing. Those guys have education in childhood development, and they base their songs, the lyrics, their outfits, the sets, all off of what is the most stimulating, what's going to help kids remember colors and words, and help them learn the context of words they hear grown-ups use. Ms.Rachel and her husband have crazy education in childhood development, and also they're both professional musicians. And also specifically, like, okay, so when you have a kid like watching like a child like YouTuber, it's not healthy for them to just be like like just watching random stuff flashing. It's actually healthy for them to have eye contact and feel like they're interacting with like a teacher. So she literally formats her videos so that it's almost like a FaceTime call, so that like the kids look like they're looking in her eyes. She repeat, like I've taken stuff from Ms.Rachel. I've looked at like the concepts that she uses. I take those into my normal parenting life. Like she has literally taught parents how to be better, gentle parents. And she's taught me things, like she's been good for me. Like she's taught me stuff of like how to calm myself down. Like she's taught me how to regulate better, and she's taught me how to explain concepts to my kids. I appreciate how like, I feel like really before her, like there was almost this thing where you're teaching kids, if they have a bad feeling, here's how we fix it. Here, let's go dance. Oh, I'm feeling sad. Let's get ice cream. It's that kind of thing. But you watch Ms.Rachel, what she says is like, are you feeling sad? Okay, we can talk about it. Tell me how did you get sad? What happened? And then she repeats, like if the kid explains stuff, you repeat that back to them. You let them know. Because when they ask children, what do you want from your parents? What's the number one thing you want from your parents? All kids say they want their parent to want to understand them. And Miss Rachel is teaching parents that you're not just telling kids, oh yeah, you're sad right now. Or, oh, you're sad. Yeah, let's go do something fun. Let me distract you. She's encouraging kids to sit with the shitty feelings. And I've never seen like a child influencer do that. She's telling kids to be mindful. She's telling kids to notice. Like if you're suddenly upset, well, what changed? What made you upset? And just because you feel bad, that bad feeling isn't bad. That bad feeling is your body trying to tell you something. If you suddenly feel scared, that's a protector in your brain. That's your amygdala being like, hey, buddy, I want us to be safe, but I'm starting to feel like we might not be getting safe. And she encourages kids to sit with and examine their, like, I've never seen someone encourage mindfulness in babies before. But Miss Rachel and the Wiggles are like the only two that I will recommend to people because they both have actual childhood education. And I've never seen a product placement in a Wiggles video. I've never seen a product placement in a Miss Rachel, except for her showing off her Miss Rachel doll. And when people made fake Miss Rachel dolls, you know what this lady did? She found the people who got fake Miss Rachel dolls and she sent them the real thing for free. Because they were buying the Ms. Rachel dolls from like Amazon and they were getting fake shit. So she just found them. And even though they didn't actually give her money, she felt bad that they got scammed and she just gave away Ms. Rachel dolls. I would die for Ms. Rachel, just to summarize. Ms. Rachel and the Wiggles is the only like people I would trust on YouTube around children. Because you know what I think is special about her as well? Because the whole Ms. Rachel thing got started because her son has a speech delay. And she realized, like, she was trying to find videos and content for him to help with his speech delay. She's like, nothing is actually, like, evidence-based. She's like, nothing is actually, like, doing what I think would be helpful. So she created Songs for Littles, not for herself. She made it as a concept to sell to a company so someone else could do it. But the thing was, is, like, she started putting out these videos showing people, like, how to talk to your kids. And she herself blew up. And the children love her. And I think, like, they can tell. They can feel her authenticity. But she literally just made the Songs for Littles channel just to help people. She didn't intend for herself to be the star. So it's like, I feel like that's part of it, too. It's like you have someone who's like, oh, no, I'm not the chosen one. And she did like, a commencement speech at this college. And she made me cry. It's an inspiring speech. If y'all ever want to look up, like, the commencement speech that Miss Rachel did. She said that, I was waiting for someone with power to give me permission. And then she said that she realized you don't have to wait for permission. You can just go do it. And that was powerful for me to hear because at that point, like, I had felt that way creatively where it's like you're almost waiting to be noticed by someone with chops to tell you that, like, yeah, you've got something, or like someone to give you permission to be great. She's just incredible. Her and her husband, I have so much respect for them. And yeah, no, I think a lot of moms out there, like, we would die for Miss Rachel. She's our girl. When things go viral, like, I feel like most views that I get on any videos on TikTok, it's always For You page. It's very rarely from following. And they did like a study about it. And it's like most people, when they go on TikTok, don't go to their following. Most people don't watch people they follow on TikTok. They go to For You page and they trust the algorithm to show them things they enjoy. And you will come across people you happen to also be following.
Their algorithm for showing you exactly what you want, it's almost scary.
Yeah. The way that
TikTok
has made so many people realize they're bisexual. Like, people didn't know they were bi.
Yeah.
And then their pages are just like, why is it showing me these ladies? I don't get it. Or just like, it'll be like videos of like, you know, oh, when I was in denial about being bisexual, and like these straight women I know being like, well, hang on a second. And then a year later, they come out as bi. So it's just funny how TikTok's good at doing that. It calls out stuff.
I do love them crab boil videos, though.
Yeah, I like the girl who did the paper crab boil, the lobster boil thing. It was like all paper.
What?
Yeah, she made like a paper pot and like a paper plate, paper, like she would have like a paper like full thing, and then like she had a paper version of it cut up, so the camera would cut to it being cut up. It was, yeah, she did like a whole like seafood boil, but like carried it out like as if it was just like paper.
Oh, that's so cool. Was the seafood paper too?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, everything was paper.
Awesome.
And like she did like the stirring the pot and mixing ingredients, like the sauce colors changing and everything melding together. Like it was a crazy. And then her breaking open stuff to eat it and dunking it in the fake butter. Like she did a whole thing. Yeah, but I think authentic content that's going popular right now is fucking Ashby. Ashby is fucking killing it. I don't know if anyone like has somehow missed Ashby, but if she can maintain her authenticity, she's gonna be like one of like the great like TikTok performers of all time.
Paper Eats.
Paper Eats is that like literally what it's called?
I think so. Oh wait, never mind. There's multiple accounts. You can never tell. Again, you can never tell who's like the actual creator. It has to be.
That's
the
her.
original,
That's her. That's it.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like she has the different versions of the sauces, so it's like shows it cooking it like.
People are so creative.
Everybody's so creative.
I already forgot what the last story was. Anyway, guys, this last story was posted by Midnight Cookies 76. I found out his secret, and it's bad. Back in May, this cutie messaged me on Reddit wanting to... First of all, that's a wild first sentence. This cutie messaged me on Reddit wanting to get to know me better. It was low stakes because 1, he's 14 years younger than me, and 2, in a different country on the other side of the world.
How old is she?
Doesn't say.
He's 13. Girl, I hope you're in your 40s.
Yeah, me too. And if anything, guys, women can be creeps too.
It's true.
2, in a different country on the other side of the world. He was charming and I was single. That's all you need to make it work. He checked in almost every day and said he loved hearing from me. Of course, him being a straight man and I sort of craving that kind of attention, it got spicy. It's no surprise that it was kind of an ego boost for me getting attention from a young, fit man, even from far away. Fast forward about a month and he ends it abruptly, said, quote unquote, "We have a slight problem." And then he drops, "I met someone and I plan on giving my all to her." And when I confronted him, because his delivery was tactless, he said, "How are you allowed to have a friend, and then when I find someone, I get treated like this?" He disparaged me for quote-unquote catching feelings, and really a lot of dumb shit like that. No empathy whatsoever. He really did make me feel like an old lovelorn spinster, and I hated that. Because even if it was some online thing, it meant something to me. I don't know what lovelorn spinster means, but maybe
I'm thinking she has to be, I'm guessing 40s, because I feel like the term spinster is typically reserved for like a single woman like around that age.
Okay.
So I think I think it is like he's probably like 20-something gym bro.
So anyway, it's been a few months. My bitterness has mostly faded, and now it's a random story about my dumb love life. Was curious, so I Googled him. Turns out he has a Facebook under his name in a different language. Navigate to it. Y'all, he just got married last weekend to someone it seems like he had been with for a long time. Like much longer than this past summer. Looks like he's been lurking on Reddit, meeting strangers, and having long-distance sexual relationships. As recently as 3 days ago, he continues to do so. He also has a sort of GoFundMe to help him as his job doesn't pay over the summer, or so he says. Wedding looked like a nice affair. Was he just soliciting money to steal from people? What the hell? He's all kinds of shady. Anyway, part of me sort of knew there was something shady about him, but I had no idea. He's all shades of sociopath, and this is exactly why I don't engage with people on Reddit anymore.
As a chick on Reddit, whenever I post anything anywhere and it's clear that I'm a chick, I always get DMs from guys. Like, I feel like most girls, if you put anything on Reddit where it's like it's clear that you're a woman, you're gonna end up with like I can't even repeat some of the stuff. Like, I've gotten some crazy shit, like people trying to like meet up and stuff for pay.
Didn't you just get added to a group chat? I saw on your Instagram story you just got added to a group chat by like some influencer.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I follow Young Gravy on TikTok, and I've tagged him and stuff before, and like I even made a video trying to get him to, like, there's a Bible verse that I think would just go really hard as a bar. But yeah, no, I got a notification notification on TikTok, and at first I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, did some random person add me to this group? It's called 50 Shades of Gravy. If I can, I'm gonna try.
So who is Young Gravy? Is that his name?
Oh
Young
my God.
Gravy?
Okay. Okay, so Young Gravy is a rapper, but this man is fascinating because he tapped into an untapped market, which is the MILFs. So there's Baby No Money, right? You got Baby No Money. His whole thing, he's like, I'll fuck whatever, I don't have a type. Well, his best friend is Young Gravy, who is a very, very tall, very deep-voiced man who also does rap, and they have a collaborative project they do together called Baby Gravy. Baby Gravy 3 is like the best album. Swiper No Swiping is the best song that I think they've ever done together. But Young Gravy's thing is that, so Baby No Money, he'll fuck anything. Young Gravy only wants MILFs. So, and I think that's genius. Now, do I believe that this young man, because he looks quite young to me. Do I actually believe the Young Gravy only wants, no, I don't. I think it's a genius as hell marketing tactic, though, because no one has just been trying to target MILFs until Young Gravy. But yeah, so I get added to this, I'm trying to like somehow get it, 50 Shades of Gravy group chat. It's just women that he's added in here. And it's like photos of him. I think he's doing like recording a music video. It's for this new song he has coming out called Betty. But yeah, no, just he's posting updates in here and people can react to it. And sorry, the song is Debbie parentheses bricked up.
Oh my God, Debbie and Betty are definitely MILF names. If you were just be like, oh, name a MILF, it's like Debbie, Betty.
Yeah. No, Young Gravy tickles me so much. I love his flow. I love his and Baby No Money. I love the way that they're so satisfying to me. To get through traffic, I rap the entirety of Super Smash Bros. By Baby Gravy, or Swiper No Swiping, or You Need Jesus. Like, their songs, I rap the entirety of their songs to get through. I have highway anxiety. I have driving anxiety. I have a fear of driving. The only way I can make it through the highway is by rapping Super Smash Bros. by Baby Gravy. I don't know, something about it. But yeah, no, I'm in the 50 Shades of Gravy group chat with 18,000 other women.
That's fucking incredible.
I know. It's nice to feel seen, you know. Not a lot of people. It's the first time I've been added to something for being a MILF. Makes me feel special.
It's actually the first time that I've ever heard somebody refer to the MILF community as an untapped market.
Listen, if you're a MILF, you probably have not been tapped for a minute. So
you wouldn't understand.
He knows. Because everybody else is like, you know, oh, you're cute. Oh, you have kids. Gross. Young Gravy's like, wait, you have kids? I'm harder than I've ever been. Like, it's genius. If I do ever get to go to a Young Gravy concert, I'll go ahead and get some footage and stuff and send you the commentary. You could see what it's like to be a MILF at a Young Gravy concert.
Next, like, viral trend, POV, you're a MILF at a Young Gravy concert.
Yes! I want to do that. Because the way he talks to them, he's like, yeah, it's Young Gravy, baby. Like, it's the most, like, schmoozy R&B voice talking in the middle of the song, like, yeah, baby, I'm Young Gravy.
It's like in a worship song when they have the breakdown, you know?
Yeah, no, literally, and it's really interesting because there are religious themes in their music. Actually, I really enjoy it. There's a song called You Need Jesus by Baby Gravy. That's like, and the music video for it is very good. But yeah, it is a similar thing though. Like, they have a lot of religious imagery and stuff where like they're being worshipped or they're worshiping a woman. There's yeah, it's interesting how like that, it's that way in like pop culture and like in popular music where they take like religious imagery and like put it into stuff and go ahead and make it dirty. Which is always fun. I remember being religious and being scared of that and being like, ooh, they're using Jesus's name to be gross.
I mean, if they were, like, I don't know, the Newsboys or something like that, because I recently heard that the singer is kind of a creep.
Oh, no way. I remember listening
Yeah.
to the Newsboys.
I mean, do you remember when that's like really the only Christian movie that I can think of that got like a theatrical release, the God is Not Dead movie?
Oh my gosh, yes, because there was this very wealthy it's like this Christian investor that like started funding, because like it was a thing for years and years where it's like, okay, all Christian movies are very low quality. The cameras are always shitty, the audio's always shitty, everything's usually shitty for like Christian quality movies. So then like this group comes along that's like, we're gonna make high quality Christian films, so that actually has like okay cameras and okay audio. They also there was like a movie called Fireproof. There was God is Not Dead 2.
Oh my God, they did a sequel to God's Not Dead?
They did another God is Not Dead. Yeah, God is Not Dead 2, still kicking the cross boogaloo. Yeah.
We didn't get our message across the first time.
Yeah, no, we gotta stick them back up there, I guess. Like, you guys didn't get it. When you're in the religion, like, when you see someone, like, a believer's confidence, it's comforting to you. And it's, like, it makes you feel more certain about your faith when you see other people more confident. Like, you feed off of each other. And it makes you feel more certain, and, like, that you're in the right. And you're like, okay, if this is all, if the truth has always been the truth and will always be the truth, then, like, and, like, God wants to speak to people's hearts, and if everyone's hearts are actually longing for him, then like if they have the same longing, then they'll hear this and they'll be receptive to it. And it's like really believing it's in the circumstance where God is real, where Christianity, all the rules of that are real, something like God is Not Dead would be compelling, because there would be something in your heart that's like listening to hear what it has to say. But watching stuff afterwards though, and including, I used to watch Christian debaters like talking about evolution and stuff, and finding them very compelling. And then I deconstructed, and I found all the answers for myself, and I go back to these guys because I didn't want to stop being a Christian when I deconstructed. Like, I didn't want to let that go. So I was like, okay, I know these guys. This guy's good. This guy's good. This guy's good. Come on, give me the good stuff. Give me a reason to hold on. And it's always at the end of the day, Christianity always has to end with, well, we just can't know. That's the point it has to arrive to, because the whole point of it is faith, right? The whole point is faith is the evidence of things not seen. So that's why like Christians will be like, well, God can't just show himself to you, because then it's not faith at that point. Like, you have to. That's something like just, I'm certainly deconstructed. I had like a heavy like year or so of digging about like why I believed what I believed, and how did Christianity get to the point it is? How did it get to be this powerful, this controlling in this country when it wasn't even our religion? It was just something that was forced upon us, and it was just like, yeah. It used to be the standard that there were multiple deities. There were always multiple deities. And it wasn't until Christianity come along that it was like, nah, there's only one guy, everyone else is a false god. Like, Christianity was the first thing to do that. Oh my God, and the fact that like when I was a Christian, I literally had girls argue to me. They would tell me they told me before I got married. There's one girl she sent me a message. She was like, it was a good friend of mine, her sister, who had, like, she had like a bajillion kids, been married since she was like 19. Her sister sent me advice when I got engaged. And her sister was like, yeah, so sex doesn't actually feel good. They just put that in the movies so that like women will sleep with their husbands because you have to do your wifely duty. And like I
mean, that's true.
Yeah, there are women today in the church that will argue with you that there's no such thing as a female orgasm. I didn't even know anything about my own anatomy till I was like 18 years old. I was too scared to like look at myself until I was 18. And women are like, how can you not know? Like how can you not know that women can orgasm? Like, you don't understand, like when you grow up in religion, you are terrified to like look at yourself or interact with yourself in any way. So you really don't know what your body is capable of feeling. Like, you just don't, you just think that there's just sensations that don't exist.
I remember getting handed a book at like 12, 13 years old, maybe 14, that was titled God, Your Body, and Why He Cares About Sex. So I don't think I was necessarily sheltered from the idea of exploring your body and like your own sexuality. It was kind of just it's like that. There's a scene in Roseanne where Dan, John Goodman's character, is like has to talk to like one of the kids, and he says, "This is something that everybody does, but we don't talk about it." And that was basically the extent of my sex education.
Yep. Honestly, that's pretty much it in the church. It's just like, yep, we know it happens. You don't discuss it.
You're supposed to leave enough room for Jesus.
Exactly. There should be enough room between you and whatever's in front of you for you to imagine Jesus. I think is what
In the corner, the darkest corner of the room, watching
the darkest
you.
one. Yeah, he's like the Babadook. He's
Yep.
just like kind of hanging up out there.
Oh my god.
He's like
And
they
with that-
or the Babadook. You remember they?
Yeah, I do remember they. It's been a long time.
And you know, no wait, Jesus is they. He's the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. He's a they them. And also
Church
he
is
doesn't
gonna
have
our
genitals.
heads for this.
Like you can't like no one can literally argue that God is a man because God doesn't was never assigned anything even to begin with. Jesus was, but God wasn't. Neither was the Holy
I've
Spirit.
seen Jesus's penis.
That's true. There were people who saw Jesus' penis.
You
Assuming
think of
he's
the Last
real.
Supper, he just like whipped it out, and it was just like, okay, everybody.
He's like, this is this is the bread, that's my body, this is the wine, that's my blood, this is my dick. It's just my dick.
And just like slams it on the table.
Yeah.
Judas at the end, he's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, his dick is like one of those like water locating rods, and he's like, my dick is gonna point to who betrayed me, and he's like walking around, it's just like going back and forth like a water divining rod, and then it points
Just
at Judas.
smacks Judas in the face with it.
Yeah, when he gets close enough to Judas, it detaches and just slaps him.
Well, everybody, that's a fun way to end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hannah, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I don't know how else to end this, so we'll end this with prayer.
Be honest about your nuts. Oh yeah. Our Lord who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy nut.
thy kingdom come, hopefully in a respectable place.
Anyway,
Amen, I think.
we end episodes now with amen.
Okay.
So